Hi everybody, I am Hope Newport and I blog over at Teach with Hope. And today I'm so excited to share with you all of these goodies that Oriental Trading sent to me. And my favorite thing is that I get to share everything that I'm sharing with you today actually with you in your own classrooms. So you will have the opportunity at the end of this post to enter and win a set of everything that you see today to use in your own classroom. And so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with my son's favorite thing, because I opened this box and he was, I don't know, just as excited as I was. So this is a 120s chart, and it is dry erase, and like the best dry erase. It erases really easily and really nicely. And then my favorite thing is that on the back, there are these 10 frames and number lines. So kids have the opportunity to show their strategies in multiple different ways on the same resource. It's really nice. So just some different things that we did together at home that I'm hoping to try in my classroom is just using it to build number sense. So everything I show you today, I got with guided math in mind and with number sense in mind. So you can have them roll 2 dice and show just how they would add those 2 numbers together or subtract the 2 of them. So starting at 1 or starting at 5, I teach them to start at the bigger number. Starting at 5, they make 1 jump, and then the sum is 6. Or they could obviously start at 1, make 5 jumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and find the sum. Again, they could go backwards, rolling 2, 6 minus 3, so starting at 6, going backwards 1, 2, 3. So just one way. You could also use dominoes, you could use counting bears and manipulatives, you could use their flashcards. So I love, having every kid have their own set of differentiated flashcards that are the ones that they specifically need. This would be a great way to practice those flashcards in class. So that is one way to use your 120s chart. Or my son was just, he just really loves this game that he sort of made up, where he'll start at 120 and subtract, or start at 1 and add, and just keep rolling the die and creating bigger or smaller numbers over and over. So starting at 120, he'd roll it and subtract 4. So starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he would just keep going. So rolling it again, subtracting 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could have, the kids play this game with 2 players, so 1 of each color, and see who gets to 0 first, or starting at 1, adding, and see who gets to 120 first. So just a couple of different ways to use this dry erase board, and you can see how nicely and quickly and easily it erases. So then, flipping over to the back side, using those 10 frames. So again, with the dice or with the dominoes, so using 7 plus 1, having them make 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 1 more gives me 8, right? Or they can use their number line just as easily. So having them create their number line. Okay, and they know, okay, well I have 7 on one side, so I'm gonna start at 7 and add 1 more, so my sum is 8, or subtracting. So just a couple of different ways to use this really great resource. And I love how thin they are and easy to store. And they're just a really great resource. And what I love even more about them is they come in a pack of 30. So if you're looking to purchase these from Oriental Trading, they come in a complete class set, so you wouldn't need to purchase multiple sets of them to get enough for your class. So they come in 30, and that's the front and the back of the 120s chart. So that's the first thing. Then next up, this one was my favorite, and this is an interactive number line, and it goes to 20, which is perfect. So again, I would have them use it with their differentiated flashcards that they have. You could use them with dominoes, you could use them with the dice, and just, having them add 2 together, 6 and 5. So I'm gonna start at 6, count at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I told my son, and what I'll tell the kids, is that the harder you push on this arrow, the more difficult it is to slide. But if you just gently press on it, it's super simple and super easy. So you can have them go forward and backward, practicing addition and subtraction. You could have them roll 3 dice, adding, manipulatives together, different sets, use them with task cards, all different ways to use this interactive number line. And this one does not come in a class set. I think there were 12 in a package, so you could use them in your small groups, or if you have 2 small groups running at one time, you could use them that way, or just have them out as a resource that kids can access on their own. So that is the interactive number line with the puppy. Next are these number bond cards, and you get a ton of number bond cards. Sorry, I'm like shaking this all over the place. So you get all of these in a package. And I'm excited to just have these out at the table when kids come over for guided math group, and just have them sitting out on the table after the kids are really familiar with them, while I'm getting kids set up on whatever they need to be set up on during math centers. They just have access to these right on the table to start practicing while they're waiting for me to come over to the table. And so there's a huge variety of cards here where they have the sum or the difference here, and then ones where they just have the 2 add-ins somewhere in here. So they have the 2 add-ins, but they're missing the sum. And so the thing about it is they go higher than what you would use for the number line for a lot of them. And what I was thinking I would use them for is with bingo daubers or with manipulatives. And so having the kids use the bingo daubers to solve the equations. So having them, like, say 4 and 7. So if I have 4, how many more do I need to get to 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to fill a 3 in there. You could also have them use that 10 frame on the back of that 120s chart to do the same thing. And there's 2 10 frames, so as long as the sum doesn't go any higher than 20, you could definitely use this or use your number lines for that as well. So those are the number bonds and just a couple of ways that you could use those cards, and they are dry erase too, and that really good dry erase where it erases really easily. So those are 3 different resources that you can use in a variety of ways. And then the last thing are these beads that you can use as a manipulative, and they come in a package of 48, so you get a whole bunch of these all together. And so again, you can use them with their flashcards, with dice, with dominoes, whatever you have around manipulatives. You could even, write equations on a whiteboard and have the kids solve them using the beads, using the 10 frames or their interactive number line. So one way that you could use them is, 5 plus 3. And there's only 10 beads on here, so you just need to make sure that whatever you're using is either within 10 or they have 2 to use together. So say that it was over, the sum was over 10, so they could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the other add-in 1, 2, 3, and then count them all together, right? Or they could subtract 5 minus 3. This one is a little trickier with these, so if they have count out 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And they take away 3. 1, 2, 3, and 2 are left. Okay, so just a couple of different ways that you can use these counting beads as just a really hands-on, interactive manipulative for kids. And like any manipulative, you're going to have to teach them how to use it. And I allow my kids to have access to almost every math manipulative that we have in our classroom, because kids, different kids need different manipulatives and, use them in different ways. And so just allowing them to have access to what they need, I feel like is really beneficial to kids. And that's just something that I don't feel like I need to manage. So like I said, the best part of all of this is that you have the opportunity to win a set of all of these things for your classroom. So the counting beads, there's a set of 48 in a package. So I'm going to show you. Yours are still all packaged up, haven't even been opened. So package of beads, package of the 120 number lines and 10 frames all ready to go for you. The interactive number lines, right? And the number bond cards, all for you guys, okay? So all you have to do is use the Rafflecopter below and you can win all of these things for your classroom just in time for you to get started on those guided math groups. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope that you visit Oriental Trading and check out all of the stuff that they have for teachers. I was really impressed. I always thought of Oriental Trading as just like a kind of a party store where you would buy things for parties, but they have so many great things for teachers right now that are super usable and at a really good price. And I'm not just saying that because they sent me some stuff. I was really impressed with all that I could get. So go ahead and check them out, and they have an amazing teacher wish list that I have set up below too, so you can kind of check out how you can use that for your classroom as well. So thanks for tuning in.